If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed, and a child shall lead them to buy our merch. Alright, my partner in crime shall return momentarily. In the meantime, let me announce to you our DJ. It's DJ Nick. This is his picture in the corner. And the next song on our stream tonight is Harry Chapman. Oh, Chapin. Taxi. Thought it was Chapman. Okay. So we are going to check that out as soon as Vincent returns. I'm going to come back to the comment section and hang out with you guys while we wait. If I play any Beatles songs, Dog, you know what will happen. We'll get blocked. I was breaking up some of the streams and sending them up, and sure enough, the Beatles song was blocked. So now I'm going to have to...
Which one?
I don't know which Beatles song was, but I gotta go back in and fix that, put in some other video to take its place. Alright.
Alright, what are we doing?
We are doing Harry Chapin, Taxi.
Harry Chapin, Taxi. Okay. Who was somebody asking you something about the Beatles? Who was it?
Who do you think it was? You
Paula.
don't go by Dwayne anymore.
Paula Nieves. It was Paula Nieves. 96.1. Go ahead.
Right,
Go ahead. Huh? No, we're not ready actually.
Oh.
This is the one that needed more help. Talk to the people.
All right. Well, while he's doing that,
Taxi with the lyrics. While I'm doing what?
Something's playing out loud. I'm just looking in the comment section. Vin, what kind of album are you gonna give us? Oh.
That's what I told you. It's gonna be a new metal record.
Yeah. See, the thing is, that's Vin's hopes and dreams, is that he's gonna be able to write something new metal. But when he gets in there, he just makes everything extremely complicated and not new metal at all. But it does sound very good, so it's that would suck if you overcomplicated it and it was like, you did too much.
It's not
it's
not that complicated. All right, guys, here we go. Harry Chapin, DJ Nick. I keep saying Happy Friday. Let's go, Taxi. Turn it on. This is 1972 again.
It was raining hard in Frisco.
1972.
I needed one more fare to make my night. A lady up ahead waved to flag me down. She got in at the light. Oh, where you going to, my lady blue? It's a shame you ruined your gown in the rain. She just looked out the window. She said 16 Parkside Lane. Something about her was familiar. I could swear I've seen her face before. But she said, I'm sure you're mistaken. And she didn't say anything more. It took a while, but she looked in the mirror. Then she glanced at the license for my name. A smile seemed to come to her slowly. It was a sad smile just the same. And she said, how are you, Harry? I said, how are you, Sue? Through the too many miles and the too little smiles, I still remember you. It was somewhere in a fairy tale. I used to take her home in my car. We learned about love in the back of a Dodge. The lesson hadn't gone too far. You see, she was gonna be an actress, and I was gonna learn to fly. She took off to find the footlights. I took off to find the sky. Whoa, I've got something inside me to drive the princess blind. There's a wild man wizard, he's hiding in me, illuminating my mind.
Whoa.
Oh, I've got something inside me, not what my life's about. 'Cause I've been letting my outside tide me over till my time runs out. There was not much more for us to talk about. Whatever we had once was gone. So I turned my cab into the driveway, past the gate and the fine trim lawns. And she said, we must get together, but I knew it'd never be arranged. Then she handed me $20 for a $2.50 fare. She said, Harry, keep the change. Well, another man might have been angry, and another man might have been hurt, but another man never would let her go. I and she walked away in silence. It's strange how you never know, but we'd both gotten what we'd asked for such a long, long time ago. You see, she was gonna be an actress, and I was gonna learn to fly. She took off to find the footlights, I took off for the sky. And here she's acting happy inside her handsome home, and me, I'm flying in my taxi, taking tips and getting stoned. I go flying so high when I'm stoned.
What a song. What a
Yeah.
freaking journey.
You know-
that part where they were singing high up, this part right here. That was the bassist
Oh wow.
that
really?
got that high like that. Yeah.
Man.
This song is what an amazing freaking song. Holy shit.
I hate situations like this where like something was
this
so
is
great
interesting.
once and then it's lost and
Wait.
then you like,
What was so great?
well, you know, like what the way that it explained, like he used to take her home in his vehicle and then they basically tasted love for the first time together in the back of the, you know what I mean, like, and you want that to just be forever.
Yeah, but I feel like he was saying like in his mind that that's what would happen.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like I took that as he was imagining that.
Wait a minute. No. Oh. No. I don't know. I
Okay,
guess you can
it was
see both.
raining hard in Frisco. I needed one more fare to make my night. A lady up ahead waved to flag me down. She got in at the light. Where are you going to, my lady blue? It's a shame you ruined your gown in the rain. She just looked out the window and she said 16 Parkside Lane. Something about her was familiar. I could have swore I'd seen her face before, but she said, I'm sure you're mistaken. She didn't say anything more. It took a while, but she looked in the mirror and she glanced at the license for my name. A smile seemed to come to her slowly. It was a sad smile just the same. And she said, how are you, Harry? What?
They did know each other. How are you, Sue? Through the too many miles and the too little smiles, I still remember you.
Right.
It was somewhere in a fairy tale. I used to take her home in my car. We learned about love in the back of a Dodge. The lesson hadn't gone too far.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So this is, they were kids then. They were teenagers,
they were
in the back of the
teenagers.
car. I see.
Yeah.
And you're saying, yeah, okay. I thought he imagined that whole thing.
No. And then like they would talk about their dreams. She was going to be an actress. He was going to fly in a plane. And then, you know.
So she took off to find the footlights. He took off to find the sky, the footlights, because she's an actress for the stage. Okay, all right. That makes sense.
This part, though, I didn't understand the post-chorus. Oh, I've got something inside me to drive a princess blind. There's a wild man wizard. He's hiding in me, illuminating my mind. I've got something inside me, not what my life's about, because I've been letting my outside tide me and till me. I don't know. I don't know what that's all about.
Well, he's saying that he had that greatness because he's writing this from the perspective of a taxi cab driver.
Yeah.
So he never did become the pilot or whatever, which is ironic because he's a famous musician singing about a guy who wanted to be a pilot who ends up being a taxi cab driver. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like, that post-chorus is when he's saying, I've got somebody inside me. He's got this wizard inside of me. He's got this magic about him. Even though he's just a regular taxi driver, he's really magical and he's got something that would drive a woman wild, but you don't see that
because all you see is a taxi cab driver. Well, why is that? Because I've been letting my outside tide me over till my time runs out. Meaning the outside influences are dictating where he goes. Like, you know how the tide dictates everything. So it's the outside influences that have stolen that magic for him. So now he's in the real world as a taxi driver. Oh. But he's still got all... And that was one of the main drivers for me, man. Like, why I did some of the things that I did. Like, I could not have that in the back of my head. Like, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just couldn't have that in the back of my head.
Yeah. That's so interesting because that's interesting. I'm not even going to talk about that.
What's interesting?
I just said I'm not going to talk about it. But yeah, I think, like, for me, the idea of, like, it doesn't even necessarily say that they thought, like, there could have been something between the two of them. I guess. You know what I mean? But that...
Well, I don't know. I think in high school, you know...
she doesn't seem too happy.
Well, yeah, that's the point, is that she's settled into her... She's become an actress, but not the type of actress she wanted to be. She's just a domesticated suburban woman, so she has to act like she's happy. So that's the irony in that lyric. Does that make sense? Because, like, she wanted to be an actress, she wanted a stage.
She does have to act.
But now she's acting, but the stage, she's acting happy inside her handsome home. As for me, I'm...
Oh my gosh.
And he's flying in his taxi.
Yep, taking tips and getting stoned.
When he's stoned. So,
wow.
They both basically, you know, the irony, they both live an ironic life at the end of the song because she's acting and he's flying.
But neither are doing it.
But neither are doing it, you know, it's just one of those horrible stories just about how life just destroys your dreams. And
yeah.
I remember the first time I heard an adult say that. I was 18 years old.
Yeah. And
this woman was saying, like, you know, she basically said, like, you haven't had your dreams crushed yet, and you're, you know, like, and she made it sound like, and it was crazy to me because she made it sound like this was going to happen to everybody. And I just remember being like, not to me. That's not going to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I remember I was like, yo, that's odd that she thinks that that's just because that happened with her, it's going to happen to all of us. But for the most part, she's right with a lot of people, I think. Yeah. But I feel like that's a choice, especially if you're in America, but that's a different story.
I know that, like, every time that people would, like, talk, because I've always, like, all my life had this, I don't know, maybe I've idolized love and, like, that relationship, you know, we say it all the time, everything becomes a relationship song to me, you know what I mean? Like, I've always been like that.
What relationship? Or just,
you know, like,
romantic love in general?
Yeah, romantic love, like, a song comes on, it's like, oh, it's gonna be romantic, and it turns out it's about a parent and a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So, you know, I've always been inclined that way, and, like, the idea of two people, like, being madly in love or whatever forever. I thought that was very possible. And then I remember meeting so many people that were so cynical of the idea and basically saying, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I got the understanding that it doesn't matter. If you're a woman and you know, you have the unfortunate providence of getting to be with a man, it is going to go south. There's no way for it not to. I didn't believe them. And then obviously, you know, like, when I went through my divorce, I was like, wow, like, you know, because you know, obviously the farther away from the situation I get, the more I can look back and say, I should have done this differently. I should have done that differently. This could have been different. Did I screw up enough to get what ended up happening? No, I don't think so. But still, like, I just remember thinking, like, you know, as time progressed, that okay, this is what happens to people. You try your best to make sure that something doesn't fail, and then it just, blows up in your face. Then you're like, oh, that's what they meant. And then, it's just the same thing as, like, I don't think that it's healthy, and I don't think that women should do that to each other, but they do the same thing with childbirth. They tell all their horror stories to the younger generation of all, like, how bad the delivery was, and you terrify the younger crowd before they even get to go. But it's like, when they start asking questions, it's like, well, I'm not going to lie to them.
Right.
So what am I supposed to do? So I try to, like, tell them without, like, telling them. Like,
I just thought it was like a real ironic, just really good storytelling.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it was.
This guy is very good with irony because he's
so
the
real.
Cat in the Cradle Silver Spoon guy.
Yeah.
And that song ended with an ironic twist as well. Like, this guy is like a really gifted writer. What's his name again? Harry Chapin?
So, Harry Chapin. Yes. I find that the story itself to have like that just like a sadness to it because it feels very realistic, and it seems like, this is probably the case for like a lot of people, and because they started the story when they were so young, and like obviously, like, I think that it's best if people wait until they're married to start experiencing all that stuff together. But I do think
experiencing
the idea,
what?
Well, what they were experiencing love in the back of the Dodge.
He said they were learning love in the back of the Dodge. You think that they were doing,
what do you think that means?
You think they were doing sexual stuff?
I absolutely think that's what was happening.
You're probably right.
So, like that, that sort of, I don't know. Maybe it's like this sort of, maybe what I picture is like this whimsical sort of, neither person is trying to take advantage of the other person. It's just like, there's like desire for each other, and there's like this, it's a new experience, and you do love the person, and this is your first experience with love, and like, I don't know. It just starts out there, like, so at the beginning of everything, before everybody gets so cynical, and before things change, and before people get burned, and then people are less likely to trust, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just that sort of
Yeah.
Anyway, so stuff like that it just makes me sad a little, This song felt a little bit sad, and just very real.
This is probably some of the best lyric writing I've heard all year. Definitely the top story as far as storytelling goes, because he went a lot of different areas. The song was the longest song of the night so far, but they switched it up enough to where it wasn't monotonous. I just really thought they did a really good job with this song. It's a 9.8 for me. 9.8.
9.5.
9.5. Okay, we have one more song, dear listener. One more song. It's by, I was going to say Rupert Murdoch, but it's Rupert something.
Holmes.
Rupert Holmes. Okay.
The name of the song is Escape. The Pina Colada song. That
Escape. The Pina Colada song. Okay, so we will check you guys out.
Do you like Pina Coladas, Getting Caught in the Rain? That was such a terrible song, and so fun as well.
Okay, so Sori has some idea.
I don't know if that's the one, but...
Okay, alright, so we shall return. Turn.